All right, Big Rob, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing today? I'm doing even better with our next guest, my brother from
Yes,
another mother is coming up.
he's coming up, and it gives me it just had chills coming through my body watching that trailer.
Yes, sir.
We're not going to hold you up. We're going to our good friend Andy O'Reilly. Now is a movie producer, not just television host, production channel. He's a movie producer now, Rob.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Andy, how you doing, brother?
I'm great, guys. How about you? Great to see you.
Man, doing great. What such fitting time, the timing of this documentary. You didn't know, nobody knew that Brother Harris was going to pass
No,
last week.
and honestly, of the whole production, when this all came together, we were asked to film some curriculum pieces for the kids at the school. It was a history thing where people would come in and they would bring an artifact of their family, and they would tell the history of it, what the significance of it was for their family, and the idea is just a little piece of their family history and what was important to them, be it a Bible or a globe or whatever it was, outside of the china cabinet. And we would have to go film their china cabinet at their house if they brought that. So as the first set of reels came back in, I looked at Derek, who directed and filmed the whole thing, and I said to Derek, I said, "There's more here, and it's time for us to let them talk." That was my complete direction in all of this film, was let them talk. And from there, the stories that poured out of our friends were remarkable. And to find this being Mr. Harris's final word, honestly, that when that came out last week, I found myself in tears because I was not at any of the filming. And in watching it all come together and watching all the advanced, reels of the film, that was going to be my moment at the film, to meet him and thank him for his wisdom and his um, steady hand and his approach to humans. And I was really excited about meeting the real star of the show in person, and I won't get to do that. And it really left me in tears.
Wow. I could imagine. And if I'm not mistaken, he would have been celebrating a birthday really soon, like I think this week.
I'll take your word for that. I'm not sure when his birthday is, but I know that he talks about his daughter in the film. She came up, of course, after Kaya found Brother Harris passed away, and um, you know what can we do for her? Can she get a DVD of the movie? I'm like, she can get anything she wants. Anything she wants, the movie is hers. But uh, to listen to a man of his age and his wisdom and his life experience speak, and the amount of loss that not only the heights, but that humanity takes, with the wisdom and the amount of good that he can inject into somebody with even just a sentence. And that stands true for anybody of that age. Those people are to be revered and listened to, because that's where the gold lies, is with people like Mr. Harris. And the whole community really lost somebody.
Yeah, he was born on June 11th. So
Okay. Yeah.
Saturday was his birthday. The day they had the homegoing. Well, the day before that, they had the homegoing. Saturday was his birthday. But so fitting. How long did it take you guys to put this documentary together?
It went on for over a year. We started our relationship with the school right at the beginning of the pandemic. They had some English work that needed to get done. So if you remember back in the early days of the pandemic, when they were, okay, how are we going to teach kids, right? Like, we got some video cameras, we'll come over. And we sat there and literally recorded teachers reading from books day after day. So after we got done with those, they said, we have this grant to do another project based on curriculum for history. Can you come in and help this? So we began about a little over a year ago with this, with Project 2 for the curriculum. And when it got down to the last couple of tapings, they were pretty sparse. on who's coming, so we got everybody we can get.
We had a couple trailers. We got a couple
Yeah.
trailers.
Yep.
And I want to run to the second trailer, and then take Rob. I want you, of course, ask questions, whatever you have to say on this. But I want to run to the second trailer. Is more in depth. You have some of the faces and some of the comments, and some of the people that's in this thing. They're legends themselves.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Thornton is a legend. You know what I mean? Kai Thornton is a living legend.
I have some thoughts about Kaya's dad. I met him through this process, and he what a great guy. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a character.
You know, I was over there at the US Cafe one day filming, and there was John, and we talked a little bit, and I'd never met him until that day, and I was over at Kaya, and I'm like, God, if that guy told me what to do, I'd ask, how much on the way there. He is on it, and he is to the point, and he is going to make you understand. And I when I walked out the door, I'm like, that guy's no different than my dad. You get to that age, that mid 70s and things like that. You've got all of that life experience that you've just cashed in. You don't need a filter. You can say what you want. You can get right to the point. And it's, you know what? If more people were that honest and that frank and that intelligent in their thought and in what they say, we would be in a lot better place.
Yeah.
Yeah. He convinced me and Paul that he was under 40.
Yeah.
We had to cash out him some money.
Didn't he convince us? He had ID and everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, you got John and Kaya. Kaya is just I met Kaya through Lakeisha. We were over there filming with Lakeisha at Soulfilled. Kaya brought in the flavor packs, and I said, "Tell me more about you." And then she started talking about overcoming barriers, and then the US Cafe was opening, and I'm like, "Wow, I thought I had a lot going on." I've known Ron through the basketball team for a while, Mr. Jenkins, so that was great. Gemini is in here. She's incredible. And some of the people you might not see in and around the school all the time that are there day in and day out for the kids. And some of the kids that speak too. I don't know if you guys have seen the film. I sent you over a preview.
Yeah, I've seen the preview. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, so the thing opens up with a kid talking about how Muskegon Heights is portrayed so often. And that narrative has been something that you and I and so many other people have been working to change for a long time.
Yeah.
No community is perfect, none. But when I go out and I'll lecture at schools and I'll talk about broadcasting and media and things like that, and for 20 years, no matter what school I'm in Muskegon County, all the way up to the college, I start with the same question, and that question is, when you hear or see something about Muskegon on the news, what is it? And without fail, it's always been somebody's been shot. And, for an 8th grader to give that answer year after year after year for 20 years, that is really the wrong narrative about our community.
Exactly.
And to have it doubled and tripled placed on Muskegon Heights, it's even worse. And to find a group of people who are willing to talk about how Muskegon Heights was populated and how I did not know that they went to the South and recruited people to move here. We've got jobs. We've got a walkable community. We've got ways for you to work and actually have a great, equitable life up in Muskegon and Muskegon Heights. Come on up. And then these companies all pull out of town, and that's where things kind of went off the rails, right? And poverty is everywhere, right? And it's really bad in Muskegon Heights. And yeah, there have been some things over time where people have gotten in trouble, but that goes on everywhere.
Exactly.
When do we get to the point where we say, you know what, that's water under the bridge, and we are going to take new steps forward? And I think what you're going to see in our film is people saying exactly that. This idea of shame on the heights all the time is just got to come to an end.
It premieres June the 16th, 7:30 p.m. at the Formenthal Center. It is free. We're going to run to the second trailer and come back and talk a little bit more with Andy O'Reilly.
People say there is nothing good that can come out of Muskegon Heights. Oh man, I hope nobody ever tells that to me. There'd probably be a problem. But if I did hear it, I would just tell them to look around. When you talk about excellence, you can't talk about excellence in Muskegon County without including people from Muskegon Heights community.
Darius Quinn worked for Kent County HR. Jeremy Wright worked for the state of Michigan. The first black Supreme Court justice for the state of Arkansas. She graduated from Muskegon Heights in 1958. Philip Cummings worked for the second largest law firm in the country. Judge April Walker, which I graduated with her, and attorney Philip Cummings. Shelley Baldwin works for CNN News. Judge Greg Pittman. Carl Russ was a professional football player. Dr. Pam Smith, Pastor Kai Guy. Dr. Dwayne Dede, who is a neurosurgeon down in Florida. Carla Laws, who was the principal here. George Daniels was a professional boxer.
All over this world, we have Muskegon Heights doing great. What I'm saying is, you got to look at what you got right here in this building and be surprised.
All right, man. If that don't give you chills, I don't know what will.
We're excited, and you know, we talked last week before as we were setting this thing up, and I tried to be as transparent with you as I could because I can promote things. This isn't really my story. This is everybody's story that's in this film. So, you know, for me to come on and brag about this, it's like, oh boy, that's weird. It's not my story. But Derek Wong is our director, and he did such an amazing job from the interviews to putting this all together with, you know, you got to let an artist work. I gave him very minimal direction. I said, look, really just let people talk and we will pull out the story. And it's remarkable. His work is, you guys remember how you met?
Yeah.
So, okay. He remembers. I kind of remember meeting Derek at a hockey game. But it's one of these relationships where I kind of remember meeting him, but on the other side of the coin, I don't know what life would be without him at this point, because he is amazing with cameras. He's amazing with lighting. He can make me look good. Like, you know, so he's really the right arm of everything that we do. And when all the footage came in, I could have jumped in and took it over, but you gotta let creators create. And I just said, dude, here's the keys, go. He's behind the Singing Christmas Tree over at Mona Shores every year too. Gifted, talented, and a wonderful filmmaker and photographer.
I'm not sure if I met him before, but I'm looking forward to seeing.
Don't try to steal him. I don't want Paul Billings coming in a big time in me.
Well, I can't afford it. I mean, if you paying him, I can't match that kind of money he's making.
Yeah, well, we work.
We ain't got that Andy O'Reilly money.
We ain't got that Andy O'Reilly type money. You know, I mean, there's levels to this game. You know.
Let me ask you this: who's working in his house and who's working in their studio?
You're smarter. You're smarter.
So the idea behind Thursday is really that it's free. We want to fill the place. There's going to be a red carpet walk-in at 6:30. So we'll have the cast coming in on red carpets. We've got Kaya catering a little backstage thing for our cast. The movie will come. We'll show it. And then after that, I think the cast will be in the lobby to talk and be a part of anything that people want to know more about, get a little lesson. And then after that, we're going to put it on all of our on-demand platforms. But I understand, Paul, you've got some access to put us on TV too.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna get some feedback right now. I don't know if it's coming from your end or my end, but I'm trying to.
It's not my end. I got my
Yeah, he's got plenty of access to Comcast 900 channel. We're on 6 days a week. Also, the community college channel we're on most of the week. Pierre, are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I had
Oh,
to
okay.
just make some adjustments. We good, but we're gonna make sure it gets seen. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's gonna get
Yeah.
seen in your platform,
Because
and our platform. Yeah,
Muskegon
you're
Heights
gonna get
has-
nominated for an award, Andy. Don't worry about it. I got you, bro.
And that's the funny thing too, right? We didn't really shoot out to, we didn't start off for award. I started off my job because I didn't think we were being taken care of by the big media companies right anymore in Muskegon. You know,
Right.
we it's us little guys now that are really carrying the weight, and we never set out to do awards. So when we started to think about submitting for an Emmy award for the Singing Christmas Tree last year, it's like, all right, we'll try it. And then this thing comes along, and it is amazing, and it is, and the people that are in it and the story that they tell. I mean, they gave us the content. It's their award if anything ever comes of it.
But you put
We
it all
do plan
together.
on, yeah,
Put it all
yeah.
together.
We do
And-
plan on taking it to award festivals and that kind of stuff, and getting it seen is priority, because it's the tone and the approach and the way that the idea of, you know, we're making the turn is really time, because imagine any other neighborhood in Muskegon County struggling like the Heights has for so long, and how quick it would get fixed. It's just it wouldn't be tolerated, you know. And I was kind of ranting on Facebook the other day. If there's a fire trucks come from everywhere. If there's a police call and they need mutual assistance, police come from everywhere. We should all be working together as different municipalities for mutual assistance on everybody's issues, right?
Exactly.
If it's the ability to patch potholes or fix whatever, we can pull together. And that's, I think that's what sets your work apart and our work apart, is that we're always trying to find ways to work together and build community and pull us all in a little tighter.
Yeah.
Because that's where the strength is going to come from. And
we got an
believe
online
that's-
question, Andy. Aubrey Colvin OC said, will it be on YouTube?
It will be on demand, right? So we don't use YouTube, but we use a thing called Vimeo. And what Vimeo gives us is the ability to put it on Amazon Fire TV and Roku TV. If you've got either of those devices, you can get the Muskegon channel, and you can get Channel 96 Muskegon free from your what do they call it? Channel store. You can look up either the Muskegon channel or Channel 96, and you get all of our video content for free wherever you are. And so, yeah, they will be on demand online, as well as those Roku and Fire TV platforms.
Yeah, Big Rob, can you take this online comment?
Yes. Eddie Sanders Jr. says, "My people, what's going on, fellas? Oh, PA, Big Rob, I wish I could have been home and been a part of this Tiger Pride doc. Tigers for life."
Love you, Eddie Sanders. Here's the thing. We did not pick any of the cast. None. We had the school arrange all of the cast. And reason being is I would have gone through and picked all my friends, and we wouldn't have gotten I would have too. Hey Ed, what are you doing? And we wouldn't have gotten the depth and the character that we did, because I don't know enough people, you know.
Well, I think you guys did a heck of a job picking the ones that you did pick, and it's ever so meaningful, even more now with Brother Harris, you know, transitioning.
Right.
where he, as he's done. Yeah, you could have. There's thousands of Muskegon Heights Tigers that still have that Tiger pride. If you ever want to see it, just go to what's that thing y'all do every year? PA homecoming.
Yeah, the homecoming, man.
Yeah, go to that, and you got different years. I even saw one year from 1950 something, I think. And I was like, wow.
We found a lot of great archive pictures and footage that are overlaid into the movie, and some of the historical stuff that you're going to see of Muskegon Heights games and basketball and football and proms and the homecoming court and all of that stuff in there. It is just, it's like watching history. It's like watching what's to come with the future of people who are going to be assuming leadership positions in Muskegon Heights shortly, and the resolve and the amazing thought process of these people is just it's great.
Because I know over the 30 plus years me and PA have been around each other, and watching him when he goes to New York and different places in the city, bigger cities, he has a mole on his hand. And he always say, I'm from this little town called Muskegon Heights. He never say he from Detroit, Grand Rapids, Lansing, none of that stuff. I'm from this little town called Muskegon Heights, and I bleed orange and black. I think that's what he said, something to that effect. And it's funny to see him do that, for me. But yeah, Andy, I think you guys, from what I've seen, you guys did a wonderful job, and I can't wait to see the rest of the film.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll if you guys will give me a write-up and some thoughts, I'll send you that link again for a preview. And I would love you guys to watch it and share a thought with your audience, and let them know in advance that, we're not charging for tickets for a reason. This wasn't anything we ever set out to make a buck on. We were hired to do school lessons, and that's what we did. On top of that, we saw the opportunity to run with something a little bit bigger, and we thought, let's give this a shot. And at the end, we were rewarded by what the cast gave us. We were rewarded with the ability to put this in the biggest and best theater in town. And we were rewarded with what this will do, not only for the students who are going to get to hear these little snippets of people's history, but with that thought that there are people out here that really do care and really want the best for them as they go forward.
Andy, before we go, how long is it?
Give me 1 second. I think I've told you guys in the past, I never had kids. So I think every kid in this county is kind of mine. And that does not exclude Muskegon Heights kids. They're all mine.
Andy, how long is the documentary?
41 minutes.
41 minutes. So There you go, family. 41 minutes. How many different people do you think was acknowledged over the 41
acknowledged
minutes?
in this? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. I believe we filmed 25 people that will be in those actual lessons for the kids.
Wow.
I wish everybody could have made the cut. It's just one of those things when you're editing
part
a film.
That's a part 2.
There
part
you go.
2,
The
part
sequel.
3. Yes. Yeah.
Will be
a movie.
The,
Muskegon Heights is a vibe. It's a movie. It's a sitcom. It's a series. It's all that. You know what I mean?
What it is to me is a neighborhood exactly as advertised. I have yet to ever go into Muskegon Heights and have anything but a good experience.
Wow.
I sat there today for an hour on my bumper out in front of Rowan Park. It was great. I got an hour off. I'm going to sit in Rowan Park. Perfect.
There you go. All right, Andy, you're going to get the production bug. So after Thursday, I'm pretty sure you're going to be working on the next documentary.
Well, we'll see. Things like this
just
don't come up
do
all the
one
time.
and done. You don't do one and done.
Very fortunate. We're very fortunate and very thankful to the people that helped us make this.
All right. Thank you so much, man, for what you've done for the community. And
hey, holler anytime. You guys do the same. And if you know what I thought too on our way out? Would you mind if we, on behalf of Brother Harris, could we make a $500 donation to your turkey drive?
Woo! Yeah, no doubt.
in memory of Mr. Harris, we'd like to do that for this year. So you
Wow.
count us in to
Thank
take
you.
care of
Thank you,
$500
man.
worth of turkeys.
Well, I haven't even got even started on that one.
I know you haven't,
Thank you.
but you got to start today, man. And we want to do that in memory of the opportunity I missed. So we're gonna send $500 over in his name for the turkey giveaway this Thanksgiving.
Here's another suggestion from another successful Tiger. Army Coleman said next doc should be about the band, and woo,
You're gonna hear about the band in this one.
yeah, and Mr. Moore,
You got the band in this one. Trust me on that. And it's
Mr. Moore, Lee Gilbert,
what-
coming back home.
wait-
Oh my
wait-
God, O.C.
wait till you
McCarr.
hear
It's so
talking
much,
about
man.
you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
bro. Thank you.
All right, guys. Good to see you.
All right, I can see a series coming. Andy O'Reilly, thank you so much. We're going back to more music, Afternoon Jams.